Got some nice veggies, some potatoes and squash. 2 types of different zucchini squash. Really kind of piping hot right now. I don't know if you could see the steam coming off of the food. Does it fog up my camera? I don't know. Look, does it fog? Is my camera all fogged up? Look. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, I'm ready for another game if you are. I didn't think other people would stop by the stream. I'm not, don't worry, I can go indefinitely. I was just, you know, because it was kind of slowing down, I was like, I'm gonna end the stream. And I'm like, now there's more people here. Let's keep going. I don't mind. Like I think I was just being arbitrary about, like I usually end my stream pretty arbitrarily. But I don't want to let people who just joined down. It's like, you just got here and you're ending the stream. What the heck? Why would you do that to me? But at the same time, like, obviously, don't think that I'm staying just on your account. I mean, that could be negative or positive, no matter how you look at it. Like, I could be like, oh, you don't matter to me. Like, that's not true. I'll let you decide. All right, Kashikura, I accept your challenge. Let's go, my friend. Kashikura, I'm gonna play another English opening. Really good potatoes. These. Okay, and then E6. I'm playing a little bit out of the order of my usual C4 openings, but it's okay. Actually, yeah, let's go into a Queen's Gambit transposition. Oh, Tarash. Not sure what I need to, what's the key idea here. I take. Oh no, I think I take on D5. Or D takes C5. I think I can actually check here. No. I can just play E3. Decisions. Decisions. I'm pretty sure I take the D5 pawn. Then E3. I don't think C takes D5 is the main line, but we can try to make it work. And here we go. Gives me an opportunity. I gotta be careful about my light squared bishop though. Yeah, I don't know about you. I'm feeling really good and relaxed, and like we're making a lot of. I feel like I'm making a lot of. I'm obviously not playing perfectly. Like I just blundered a checkmate last game, But I feel like I'm really focused and learning a lot from these games. I think the biggest thing is like I need to know when to look for checkmates. I mean, I guess every single move I should do before I make the move. I should do a quick like, wait a minute, am I gonna get mated in one move? And if not, then I guess I can make the move. Okay, so this would be I think this would be a mistake if I played 95. I mean, is this not really a threat? I mean, all it does kind of defend against bishop d7. But then I'm losing development. Let me just get this out of the way. Since bishop d7 wasn't played. Oh, there's also onions. So it's potatoes, onions, and 2 types of zucchini squash. And yeah, I actually think I need to defend against c4. b6 or knight bd2. I think knight bd2, it helps develop my knights. Also, it's guarding against c4. I mean, yeah, one of the biggest things and kind of the reason why I push myself to keep going, even though we've been on for 4 hours, I can go longer. I can go like 8 or 10 hours. The only reason I really end the stream is because I'm trying to say like, okay, I think I need to take a break, but I don't mind. I can keep going. And one of the biggest things I hate as a viewer is like when somebody like hosts or raids and I'm with the raid and the person's like, oh, we're about to end the stream, and I'm like, no, all that energy, and then maybe they raid another streamer, but like at the same time, like it's just like I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the person that somebody comes in and raids and then I just end the stream right after that. Like, hey, haha, joke's on you. You raided me. Bye. Like, no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that today. No, we're not doing that today. Sorry, you get to hear my really annoying voices. Welcome to my stream. I don't know. I don't have to worry about this. I think I could just castle here, to be honest. But chess doesn't care about my opinions. Okay, and then I think I can start. There's targets here. But yeah, so after bishop d7, what's my queen even going to do? Maybe I could play rook somewhere. So I think b6 first, bishop a3, rook c1, and then maybe play queen e2 or queen c2. I think queen c2 because then I'm starting to target the h7 square. I feel like that's better than queen e2. Queen e2 is not really targeting anything. Although if bishop d7, I could always then play bishop queen a6, but that relies on black playing bishop d7. So if black plays bishop d7 this turn, I think queen e2. Black doesn't, then queen c2. Yeah, I hope everybody's enjoying. I'm enjoying this. Really good veggies. And make sure to drink water. Yeah, I don't know. It really. I need to stop being so final about like my abilities, because I'm like, oh, you know, I want to, you know, first of all, I don't have to make a YouTube video today. I can do that tomorrow. Just focus today on playing chess, because I haven't played chess in weeks, and I finally feel up to it. Finally feel up to actually working on chess. So I think I need to take with the knight because of this hanging pawn, and also it doesn't break my pawn structure. Well, I don't know if I'd want. I don't know if having a pawn on d4 would be helpful or detrimental, because then I think black can bring the rook on the e file, and that would probably hurt me. Although I could have taken with the pawn, and then if rook takes, queen takes. I didn't like that. I didn't like that prospect. Okay, the knight's attacked. Well, if I play knight b5, attacking the bishop can just retreat. But then I get to play a4 to defend the knight if another piece attacks. Alternatives, not so much. I mean, I could just go back, but that's a little passive, I think. I think I'm gonna play, like, start to attack. Just keep attacking. Ruh-roh. No, I've been like, and we're getting like super meta here. I've been like debating in my head like whether or not it's a good idea to like kind of instruct new viewers on like etiquette for trans people. At the same time, I think that is important if I do it right. Like if people come in, I think it's important to say, hey, I'm trans, by the way, please don't be transphobic, and then define what transphobic is and isn't. Because I feel like when people hear the word transphobic, they kind of think that it's a very general thing, but it's a very specific thing. And people like think that like, oh, well, if I don't date a trans person, does that make me transphobic? It's like, dude, you can date whoever you want. Now, if you're not dating someone specifically because they're trans, well, that's like you say, I don't date trans people. Like, okay, well, that's just like saying you don't date black people, you know, like it's kind of weird to say that. I still think that that's not as transphobic as something. So transphobic, you're transphobic if you're trying to diminish or disregard and not believe and say that somebody isn't the gender they say they are. So if I say I'm she, her pronouns, I'm a female, if you make any kind of discussion or quote unquote opinions that you think that like I'm not the gender I say I am, that's literally transphobic. Or trying to say that I'm only trans because of some psychological trauma or, you know, some psychoanalysis BS. Those are transphobic, okay? You know, like, but asking, say, hey, like, I never met a trans person. Is it okay if I ask you questions? That's not transphobic. That's being curious. That's trying to learn. That's what I want. That's what trans people want. They want to help we want to help educate people on what it means to be trans so that people will start treating us like human beings. That's what we want. Okay, so asking, like, if you don't know something, it's always okay to ask. Now, if you just, like, come in and say, like, hey, like, you're a dude, like, that's a ban. Like that's a ban. I mean, it's not an opinion. It's prejudice. Like, that, there's a different, like, an opinion is, like, I like Dr. Pepper. That's an opinion. And somebody says, Dr. Pepper sucks. That's an opinion. Saying trans women are men, that's not an opinion, that's prejudice. Okay, so I feel like I need to tell people what transphobia is, because I feel like a lot of people don't really understand what it is. Trying to diminish or negate anything that a trans person says is true 'Cause it's like if you go up to somebody who's black, and I'm going to use that as an example because of what's going on. It's a similar thing to what's going on with Black Lives Matter. It's the same. It's the same issue. You know, same day, same shit, different day, is basically what it is. Because it's all rooted in the same kind of problems. Black Lives Matter is more important because it's been going on longer and it affects a lot more people. But I don't want to use words like more important because like it's just a different issue that affects people as well. The thing is like, I need to focus here. What was I even saying? If okay, take for example, like let's say somebody's black and you say like, oh, I don't think black people could be good as chess as other people. Like that's not an opinion, that's just prejudice, and it's like completely factually wrong as well. But it's you're not like, don't call your prejudices and your hate opinions, because your opinion is just wrong. Like it's just like saying like, oh, women shouldn't be allowed to vote. That's not an opinion, that's prejudice. It's different. Okay, like you know, like opinion is like, oh, you know, like I don't like this dress. Okay, like that's not prejudice. Like I don't like that dress on her. Okay, you're entitled to your opinion. You could still, you know, it's still kind of rude, but it's not like prejudiced. It's not misogynistic. Misogynistic if you say, oh, women should only belong in the kitchen and make babies. Like, okay, that's misogynistic and sexist. Like that's a problem. And yeah, so there's a difference. There's definitely a difference. Feel like I don't need to worry about that pawn just yet. However, I do have to worry about this knight coming in, because then you're threatening mate. But I don't have to worry about, because if you ever play this, all I have to do is play g3. Could play h3 now, but I don't think that would really help, because it would just screw up my position. Yeah, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about that until knight g4 is played. And if knight g4 is played, I have an escape route. I can just play g3, and it puts a pawn in between the queen and h2. And also there's no dark squared bishop for black, so that means that I can play bishop b2 and start attacking that knight, and then the queen is stuck defending, because otherwise you would expose your king. I kind of like this diagonal. Yeah, so I feel like when new viewers come, I kind of have to like rip that band-aid off, because if I don't, then people start getting kind of like, you know, is she trans? And then like it gets into this weird discussion where people are guessing, and I don't like people guessing. I want to just rip the band-aid off and say, hey, by the way, I'm a trans woman. She, her pronouns. Don't be a dick. And it's like I could say that in like 5 seconds, and it weeds out all the people who are just going to be transphobic. And yeah, maybe I get less viewers, but I get higher quality viewers, because then all the people who are transphobic, I don't have to wait and find out. And obviously all the people who are just outright transphobic get banned. So the fact that people don't understand that that's a problem is the problem, because like people are like, oh, you know, why'd you ban me? I'm just saying my opinion. And it's like, okay, well, if I was black and you said something like that, would you call that, and you said a racist comment? Like he said the N-word, you can't just say, oh, you know, I always say that with the AH. You know, it's like, dude, not cool. Like, but because it's something that people aren't really aware. I mean, first of all, racism against black people is still somewhat unknown for most white people. Most people, even myself included, I really don't know a lot about the actual plight. I have an idea, an informed idea somewhat, and but at the same time, I'm not black myself, and so I by definition I can never know, really. And the thing is like, I need to get queen. I need to play queen c2, and then play knight g5. Yeah, I mean the thing is like, there's already people who aren't really educated on the racism for black people thing, So for trans people, it's even worse because there's only like 1% of us in the entire population, and like the entire world, only 1% of us are trans. And so people know very little about us for the most part. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of us who, like, you know, and I try to be a part of that because, you know, since we're only 1%, I'm a trans woman myself, and I'm actually contributing to the knowledge base of what the life experience of a trans person is. And we're just trying to be just another normal human being. Like, I'm a normal human being. Okay, I'm not normal, but like, I'm a weirdo, okay? But like, I'm not like special. Like, you know, I'm also just another human being with a different life experience. And I feel like once more people really understand that, I feel like people will start humanizing us more and understanding that hateful things are possible to do without even realizing it. Okay, I think I don't know if rook AD1. Yeah, this is a tough call. Play rook AD1, D3. Rook takes D3, queen takes D3. That's not good. Lose a rook. If I do E takes D4, E takes D4. I mean, then I have bishop takes. I'm gonna go with that. I think that's the best I can do. Even though I'm up a pawn, it looks like black has like a huge like advantage now. Okay, and now, I mean, the queen does not want to take. I'll just take with the knight. Now I can capture the knight and then play knight g5. How can black prevent that? You could just move the knight, but then I still can move. But then you could just play g6 anyway. So that's the threat, but it's not going to work. Well, then I could start playing like bishop b2, queen c3, and then threaten queen g7. So it's kind of a long con. Okay, so the queen comes here. I just win material. And now the end is near. And we reach the final curtain. Okay, so let's just attack that rook. I still have this fear that a lot of people don't quite understand that when I make statements about don't be transphobic, that like they get the wrong idea, that I'm just trying to like completely police my viewership, and that's not really the case. That's not what's going on. Okay. I need to always keep an escape route for my king. I have a rook there, so I can actually just play queen c7, attacking the bishop. Gotta win a pawn. And actually, I'm gonna play king f1 first. I could actually play rook c1, and then sack my queen, and actually win the game. I just need to guard against rook e1 mate. Oh, I don't know, rook c1. If I play here, you're not required to take. You just like, I don't know if you do that. Either way it works. I mean, it's still important, the move order. I'm just gonna make sure that it works. Okay, and that's one way to do it. But luckily, that can always be taken. Luckily, I could just attack. Well, first of all, I can make a double threat here. I'm threatening mate. The only way to get out of mate is either move the rook or move the king. Pretty sure rook d8, since then you're defending the knight. But then I still play rook c1. Okay, and that's and I just continue with this. And now the end is near, and then we reach the final curtain. Oh my god. We're winning! GG. Oh my god. One of my goals as a content creator is that I feel like I have a huge responsibility to make sure that I do my part to spread trans awareness, because there's you know, as small as I am, there's only a few of us, and the bigger I get, the more important it's gonna be. But okay, and so here actually just start. I need to like just slowly make progress here. Don't worry, we're gonna win. It's just gonna take time. I'm up 4 pawns, and I have like mate threats. So it's like, if I can chase the bishop away, I could somehow get a rook or a queen on the 8th rank. I mean, I could even just take this rook, knight takes, and then play rook c8, king f8. Okay, so now, yeah, let's just do that. I'm actually able to do that. I don't think I needed to do that, but now it's like, I may have screwed myself because now I equalized, but I feel like I do have a better endgame here. Go, threatening to take the knight, so the king has to move, or the knight has to move. Oh well, it's making the game more exciting at least. And I can always play rook e7. Okay, so yeah, the king needed to come here because you could still play a5. Attack the bishop. So maybe I made a huge mistake equalizing. I'll see after the game what I could have done better. I could have just kept the advantage and just keep slowly pushing. That's what I meant when I said like there's no reason for me to rush. I'm still up a pawn. I have a rook versus bishop. So I'm gonna win a pawn again too. One of these. Okay, we'll save that pawn. I take this pawn. These pawns are protected. King's gonna try to get in front of this pawn. I can just move my king to g3. Oh, also, and if you play here, check, I could actually play... Oh no, I can't play there. Luckily, I don't have my rook on a light square. I have a lot of faith in my endgame ability from here. Up 2 pawns with a rook against a bishop. And these are flank pawns, and they're both pass pawns. So I have a very good position here. I have to focus. Like, I have to make sure that I don't let any of these pawns promote. Because it's not easy. It's not easy. This isn't an easy endgame, but I have faith in my ability. And you're gonna move here. Let me just make sure I defend against that. I think I can play rook a5 check. And you have to go back. I do need to somehow push a pawn. I need to push a pawn on my opponent. If you go here, here, here. Check first. You have to go back. Yeah, now if you push takes, king can go to g3. So I'm gonna play a4. Oh no, I can't play a4 yet. The rook's guarding. So I can actually play b4 first, then a3. And then I can move my rook away and just keep pushing the pawn. Okay, and this is getting really serious. If I play rook a6, king f6. Rook takes e6, takes e6. You're in the box. You're in the square. Yikes! 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 If I just go now, you won't be able to get to there. Well, you could always just, okay, so if I go now, you could actually just play, oh, you wouldn't want to do that because then the rook can take. Oh no, that's check. Okay, oof. Yeah, the problem with this is that you can check. Oh, God. Really tough. Let me just play a waiting move with a4. Okay, well that kind of works, but okay, so if I go here, takes, rook takes. Okay, I could pull that away. Check. No, I don't want to do that. Oof. Well, I need to keep the rook on here because I do not want the king coming over to f5 at all. Because if you go here, takes, and then I'm gonna get both pawns. Oop. In that case, now you can't come over and bring the bishop here. Now I could actually just start promoting. I do believe I can promote. Probably calculate it. I only have 3 minutes. 4 minutes basically. Oof, yeah. Yeah, I'm still gonna be able to promote. I think that was the wrong move. I did not have to get into this endgame, but it's okay. I think I'm okay here. Do not spill water on my keyboard. I usually have a policy of not keeping liquid anywhere near this area, but it is easier to grab the water over there. Yeah, I think bishop takes a, okay, so that's one thing. Oh, so now there's this, but the rook takes. Take. And the problem is, just play queen b1 or rook c1. Yeah, rook c1 would be better. Obviously, the rook will take to try to attack the check. Okay. There we go. I also have checks. I can actually check first. Whew, pulled this game through. Okay, yeah, no more checks, because if I take the bishop, you get a queen. Do not want that. All I have to do is play rook c1, completely defending. Bishop cannot defend. Bishop is still hanging. All I have to do is bring rook over to h1, take. Bishop has to get out of dodge. All in all, I think it's good for me. Let me get the music going again. I haven't had my headphones in. Okay, well, there is a check first. Well, I can just go here. Check. King f2. It's fine. GG. Yeah, so the mistake I made here, I mean, I probably made more mistakes in the opening, but the real mistake, first of all, a mistake Black made was pushing this pawn allows this, and I get like a free pawn. Then you definitely don't want to throw away your queen, because the knight is guarding. If the knight was somewhere else, that would have been fine. You would have won material, but because the knight's guarding, you lose material. And so, go and look at the game a little bit deeper. Because of that, this actually would have been fine. I'm only up a pawn, and you have these rooks and queens really lined up. So I think maybe even just trading off this knight for the bishop, this would have been really good. I would have been, and now like you do that, and I got to trade this. I guess that's actually kind of even, but then the difference is all you have to do is like somehow get the queen over. I wondered if takes knight, white has bishop takes knight. Yeah, exactly. And then it's like the same. But I think black is doing better, even though I'm up a pawn. Because look at all the space that black has, all the control of the center. Was this you, Hippo? Was this you? Did I just play you? Okay. Thank you so much. It's been an amazing stream. We played a lot of chess. You know, we talked about a lot of different kind of things. We had fun. Hopefully. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Anyway. Bye!